Hello, my name is Speedy, and for a good reason. I've got long legs and I can really go. You can catch me if you can, but I don't think you will. In a race, I come first. Always. I never lose. Well, all right. There was that one time that I took the silver medal, but it only ever happened once. It's so unfair that people keep going on about it. I blame that Aesop. He's the one who wrote it all down. It happened in March, and that's the time of year that we hares go a bit crazy, you know. Look, I'll tell you what happened, just so you understand that it wasn't really my fault. It could have happened to anyone. Do you know that old tortoise who lives in the next field? He's so slow that the first time I saw him, I thought he was a rock. In fact, I've seen rocks that move faster than he can. His head looks like, well, a cabbage, and his feet look like Brussels sprouts. Quite frankly, he's a ridiculous creature. One day, I was leaping around the fields, and he was just watching me and nodding that cabbage-like head of his. I bounced up to him and said, "Come on, you lazy old thing. Is that all the exercise you take, just nodding all day long? I'm surprised you don't nod off to sleep." The tortoise didn't answer. His mouth was full of grass and he was chewing very slowly. Just then, the fox popped out of the hedgerow. He scratched his flea bites and said, "Don't you know that the tortoise hibernates?" "Hiber-what?" I asked. "Hibernates," said the fox again. "It means that he goes to sleep for the whole winter." "Sleeps for the whole winter?" I said. "That's incredible. He must be the laziest creature alive." In fact, it's hardly fair to say he is alive. If he was dead, it would be hard to tell the difference. It was all too easy to mock the tortoise. He couldn't even be bothered to stick up for himself. He just kept on munching so slowly. But the fox, who is a big know-it-all, replied for him, "Most likely he will be around after we're both long gone. Tortoises can live for over 100 years. I have to run and jump and win races. If you've got speed, then you can really know that you're alive." Then that wily old fox said, "I'll lay a bet that the tortoise can beat you in a race. He's hardly a sprinter, but a proper race over a good distance. Say, up to the top of that hill and back. I don't believe you'll beat him in a race like that." "Pah!" I said. "I'll beat that old tortoise over any distance, any day, any time." And that's how I got myself into that infamous race with the tortoise. The fox arranged it all for us the next day at noon. It was the biggest thing to happen round these parts for ages. Of course, almost everyone was backing me to win. And then look at him, old cabbage head, with a great shell on his back. Only the fox was backing the tortoise. And if the tortoise won, they would have to work for him for the whole month. The badger and the rat thought the fox must have gone soft in the head to make such a silly bet. At last, the fox called out, "Ready, steady, go!" I hung round for a moment to see the tortoise lumber off the starting line, but he was taking so long about it that I got bored and shot off towards the hill. I was flying across the field, but I must say the hill was a long way. Even I couldn't get there in a moment. At the end of the field, I looked over my shoulder and saw that the tortoise had hardly got started. I took another look back and saw the tortoise was only halfway across the first field. I decided to stop for a breather and a bit of a chuckle. How did the fox ever think that old Cabbage Head could beat me? I knew one of the beady-eyed crows would see me and report back to the crowd how I was so far ahead that I could afford to take things easy. For a moment, I couldn't remember where I was, and then I recalled the race. I stood up and scanned the hill below for sight of the tortoise. So I started to jog up to the top of the hill and then run gently back down again. Still no sight of my rival. It was almost dark when I got back to the farm gate and the finishing line. The cows had gone off to be milked. Only the fox, the badger and the rat were waiting for me. "Hello, guys," I said. "Your prize is that we are working for the fox for a month." "Grrr!" said the rat, really quite angrily. "It's disgusting, truly disgusting." Only the old fox had a sly grin on his face. "Thank you, Hare," he said. "The tortoise plodded in home just over an hour ago." It only goes to show that slow and steady always wins the race. And so, now you know all about the one and only time that I came less than first in a race. Of course, you shouldn't go supposing that the tortoise is faster than me. It was just a one-off kind of disaster. I mean, oversleeping like that. It could have happened to anyone. I'm still the fastest creature on the farm, and don't let anyone tell you different. Well, I must dash. No time to hang around chatting like this. Catch you later.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel to see the latest videos. Thank you.